Welcome back to my lectures on hope. Now, hope has become a lot more important. It has always been important, but the current pandemic has awakened most of us. The good thing about some disasters is that it gives you or makes you realize the importance of good health. Talking about the current pandemic, good health always starts from your own immune system. Now let us all ensure that this adversity becomes our biggest teacher. There's always an opportunity to learn from all disasters. So what we can learn from this disaster is that we need to take care of our health, and nature has endowed us with the best possible protection from pathogens. This is our immune system. So let me give you a brief idea about how your immune system functions, and most of these lectures will center around what can you do to boost your immune systems. So we will be talking and repeating about vitamin C, vitamin D, glutathione, and I'll also be covering the diet that keeps you healthy, that slows down aging, as well as boost your immune system, and so about exercise, about sunlight, stress management, and so on. So today we'll look about our immune system. Now, the immune system works this way. There is a first line of defense, and then there is a second line of defense. The first line of defense acts very fast. The second line is a bit slow to act. So the first line of defense, when there is an invading pathogen, this is the most important aspect of immune system, and this is called your innate immune system, that comprises of your monocytes, macrophages, natural killer cells, and neutrophils. The monocytes mature into macrophages, so they are the precursors of macrophages, and of course this is monocyte derived macrophage. You also have your bones marrow derived macrophages. Then natural killer cells are the ones which will actually, as the name suggests, they kill the pathogen. Neutrophils mount an immune response or a cytokine response. Now, why these cells are important is because they help in many ways, from engulfing the pathogen to killing the pathogen, as well as keeping in contact with your adaptive immune system that produces the antibodies for you. Now, one of the most important aspects of this innate immune system is your macrophage. Every cell is important, but macrophages are the first ones that engulf this pathogen, and they are the ones who also produce cytokines. But remember, cytokine or induced inflammatory change is necessary to kill the pathogen. Overwhelming cytokine production, or the cytokine storm, is what kills. So this balance is very important. So macrophages secrete cytokines. Now, what is important here is that both macrophages and neutrophils, they concentrate vitamin C or ascorbic acid very, very highly. So they take in a lot of vitamin C. So this is important. So if you want optimum macrophage and neutrophil function, you have to optimize your vitamin C or ascorbic acid levels. So it's not just vitamin C that helps your innate immune system, but also vitamin D and glutathione. We will look at them later. Now, your adaptive immune system is made up of your B cells and your T cells. Now, B cells is in the humoral system. That means blood-induced antibodies. The T cells are your cellular immune system. So they produce what we call as cytokines. Okay. Now connecting these two is your chemical molecules called interferon. The interferons themselves are cytokines, but they are also antiviral agents. So how does these two systems get connected is whenever there is a viral infection, once the cells get infected with virus, these innate immune system cells themselves produce interferon because they want to kill the virus. But these interferons also help by presenting the antigen, that is the pathogen, to your adaptive immune system so that they can produce the antibodies. On top of presenting to the immune system, an innate adaptive immune system, they also make these antigens more presentable to the immune system. So the recognition is much more faster and more potent. So the response is quicker. So this is how interferon from the infected cells help. Now the interferon produced by the infected cells is the interferon 1. T cells also produce interferon, which is known as interferon 2, and the interferon 2 from the T cells activate natural killer cells. So there is a lot of interplay between your innate immune system, the first line of defense, your adaptive immune system, the second line of defense that produces your antibodies. They are slow in response, and these two systems are connected. The connecting or communicating molecules called interferon. Okay, this is your immune system. Now, as I said, you need a robust immune system. If you want to have a strong immune system, you have to have optimum levels of natural products, natural molecules, because only natural molecules will do the job in boosting the immune system. Okay. Now look at vitamin C. I've explained in earlier lectures that vitamin C is an antioxidant. It reduces the viral multiplication, it kills the virus, it produces interferons and many other functions. Okay, but as far as the immune system is concerned, vitamin C helps in the proliferation and maturation as well as the function of the T cells. Okay. And the T cells in turn produce interferon that activate the NK cells, and they themselves produce your other cytokines. Now vitamin C also helps in the proliferation of natural killer cells. This is specific to the immune system besides all other functions of vitamin C. And vitamin C, as I mentioned, is highly concentrated in neutrophils and macrophages. These two cells, the levels, actually neutrophil levels usually drop in a viral infection, whereas the macrophage levels may increase. The increase in macrophage level during sepsis is not a good sign because they produce overwhelming cytokine. That cytokine storm needs to be controlled or balanced. The way actually the cytokine storm or the macrophage function is controlled is through nitric oxide. Okay. Now when nitric oxide levels is low, then the macrophage can be in excessive number, which is not a good sign. And again, nitric oxide level can be managed beautifully if you have adequate levels of vitamin C. This is a bit technical, but overall vitamin C does many functions in the body, especially when you are faced with the pathogen and sepsis. Now vitamin D, the sunshine vitamin, of course it plays many roles. It has osseous function, that means in bone health, and it also has a non-osseous function. One of the most important non-osseous function of vitamin D is improving the immune health, both the innate and the adaptive immune system. Now, one important aspect of vitamin D help is it balances the immune system. I've mentioned before that immune system action has to be balanced. You need the inflammation, you need the cytokines, but not too much. Too much is damaging. If it is balanced, it just kills the pathogen and saves your healthy cells. This is done by vitamin D2. And vitamin D also helps in the proliferation of immune cells, especially your macrophages. Now, these macrophages are very helpful because they also produce a chemical called cathelicidin, which is our antimicrobial agent. So cathelicidin is a chemical that actually kills pathogens. So the macrophage function is enhanced by the presence of vitamin D, so you need to optimize your vitamin D levels as well. Another indirect function of vitamin D is it stimulates the synthesis or the production of your thyroid hormones. And we all know that thyroid hormone is very important for your immune system as well. We'll cover that in the next lectures. So overall, vitamin D, as you know, has been proven in many studies, many systematic reviews, many meta-analyses show that vitamin D helps to reduce the severity of viral infections, helps to prevent viral infection. Giving vitamin D during winter months has shown to reduce viral infection by up to 70%. And sadly, most people are deficient in vitamin D. Now, glutathione is the main intracellular antioxidant. Besides an antioxidant, it's also an immune booster and a detoxification agent. I've done a lecture on glutathione, a separate lecture, but one important aspect of glutathione is that macrophages have the ability to recycle ascorbic acid. So once ascorbic acid is used, it becomes dehydroascorbate, DHA. The macrophage actually can take in the DHA and recycle back into ascorbic acid. So this intracellular conversion of DHA to ascorbic acid is done by glutathione. So presence of glutathione, as I always mention, complements vitamin C. So in my opinion, every natural molecule that helps in the immune system is important. There are also very important minerals, magnesium, zinc and selenium, which we will cover in other lectures. For now, this is about immune system and your health. Let's hope that the world turns into a healthier place to live and every one of us live healthier and longer. Thank you for watching.